hate that. What's going on, you guys? And welcome back to the blue room. What's going on, you guys? That is annoying me. I'm about to go fix it. As a matter of fact, actually, I'm not. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it. You guys feeling this hairstyle? It's actually just a twist, some edge gel, some edge control. But yeah, I slept on it because I actually just came back from practice for golf. And the reason why I didn't record it is because I just needed a little bit of time to get back into the motion. Even though I've been practicing very often, I just wanted to spend time with my coaches, because they were teaching me some really new things. I need to learn those, so I just left the camera in the car. But I'm going to tell you guys how that went. And as you guys can see from the title, it's a story time. But before we get into the story time, let me tell you how practice went. Practice went absolutely amazing. I got my letter today. Basically, a letter is when you've been playing for a certain amount of time and you basically get a varsity jacket, because I'm on the varsity boys golf team. I might play with them this year. I might not. We don't know yet, but I'll definitely get you guys updated on that. But I got my letter today, and I'm super excited about that. I might as well show it. It's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So basically, I still got it in the plastic because I still got it in the plastic because I have to get the jacket to sew it onto. Is that how you do it? I don't know. I'm just super excited. Basically, I got my letter today, and I'm super excited about that. This is my school's first letter of the first. You get it. Shut up. Anyway, this is the pin. It's actually a golf pin, which is absolutely amazing, and I'm so proud of myself because I worked hard. I really did. Ups and downs. Turn it around. Drinking a drink till the milk comes out. You know what I'm saying? I worked super hard. We're going to go ahead and put this up right back here. As you guys can see. Oh, also, at practice, I used my first simulator today. And if you guys don't know what a simulator is, it's a golf simulator. So you're not outside because it's currently snowing outside and it's super duper cold outside. So I practiced indoors, which was amazing. My putts are even amazinger. Is that even a word? Anyway, I practice on the net, which is you're not really getting distance. You're just working on your irons. That was absolutely amazing. My golfers out there may understand. And if you're not a golfer, but you do what I'm talking about, good for you. That's basically what we did. And I worked on a golf simulator. I recorded my coach helped me record myself, which was absolutely amazing. My swing looks a whole lot better than what I thought. So that's great. But anyway, let's get into it. As you guys can see from the title, this is my well, not my first, but this is the best golf game I ever played. So from my last story time, the worst golf game I ever played, I told you guys that I was on a boys team. At this time, this was my 6th, 7th game that I was playing with the boys, because that's just how it was. The boys would be boys. It was hard. It really was, because there's some, with the boys at least that I know of, there's some big competition out there. These guys are absolutely amazing. So congrats to everybody who I played with. It was great playing with you guys, basically. So it's super hot out. At this time, I'm already kind of getting used to walking. Like, my feet aren't hurting. They never really were. I mean, they were on 10. But, I mean, at this point, I kind of got used to it because it was super hot. I was sweating a lot. So that kind of took my focus off that and basically put my head in the game. So my feet stopped hurting. My swing was increasing tremendously. My putts were looking very good. I'm a good putter as it is already. I was already a good putter. It was just keeping the ball straight when I putted, so that was basically that. But right now, my putts are amazing. I can sink a 40-foot putt. No, I can sink a 17-foot putt. We can put money on that. But a 40-foot putt, I'll have to take a couple practice swings first. But basically, it's about 86, 87 degrees out at this, maybe 87 at the most. Yeah, maybe 87 at the most. So it was super duper humid out. Oh, actually, no. What am I talking about? There's so many good golf games that I could talk about. Let me talk about... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the one... It was actually... I'm going to go with this. This is probably one of the best golf games I ever played. I had a few really good golf games, but this is probably my favorite one. It was super hot out. We were at a golf course. I hadn't been to this golf course before. It wasn't the best. I mean, usually golf courses are usually challenging, so some of them are really not going to be the best, but this one was very challenging to me. And I went into the game with a negative mindset. Rule number 1, you never go into a game with a bad mindset. You always go into a game positive, no matter how bad you're playing, no matter how bad you're losing, no matter how bad you lost in the past. Especially in golf, it's more of a mental game too. You have to think between your ears. You have to think with that thing between your ears. You have to think with that. And if you don't, it really won't get you anywhere. You have to be on a level to where if you hit a bad shot out in the street or out in the woods or out of bounds, you have to eliminate that from your mind. So that was a really bad thing that I struggled with at that time. I'm getting way better at that now. There are still times when I hit the ball and it's really bad and I catch a little bit of an attitude, but I'm getting better at that as we progress through this year. And it's only January, so I have a really good amount of time, and I'm gonna be a beast when I get back. A beast. But at this time it was 87, 86 degrees, and my teammates, everybody was teeing off. Usually I went last. I was the last to go, or was I? I don't know. Probably. I was either the fourth or the fifth one to go. I'm not sure. But I was second to last or last one to go. And I went into the game with a really bad mindset. I'm like, dang, it's super hot out. I'm not really feeling today. I might not, hit the ball the right way I want to. It might be a horrible game. So that's what was going through my head. So basically it was my time to tee up, and I teed up, and I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. If I have a bad game, I have a bad game, So I swing back, boom, hit the ball a good, I'd say 176 or so. 176. Oh, by the way, guys, today at practice, I just went over 200 yards for my very first time. So clap it up. I'm super happy about that. But I hit it. No. I hit it a good 146 because I was very timid with my swing. I was still trying to get used to my swing. I was still trying to, feel it out. So I wasn't getting and I'm very tall, so I wasn't getting as much power as I need to be getting. I should be hitting by the time of August, I should be hitting 236 max. No, 236 minimum. 236 minimum. There should be, I'm too tall and I have too much strength to not be hitting that far. So at this time, though, the story time that I'm saying, I wasn't hitting far at all. I was hitting dang near 70 yards through 146, 136, give or take at the highest. And for a golfer that's a beginner, it's manageable. It's manageable. But like I said, I was just starting. This is my sixth or seventh game that I was getting into. So I hit the ball, and that was the farthest I hit at that point. That was the farthest I ever hit at that point. So I was super happy about that. So I'm like, well, just because I hit a good shot doesn't mean I'm going to get that better. So I pull out my 9-iron, because I said 9-iron, because this was a par 4, par 5. I think it was a par 4, basically. You got to, basically a par 4, par 5, par 3 is you got to get there in 3 shots, 2 shots. You got to get there at 3 shots if it's par 3, 4 shots if it's a par 4, and 5 shots if it is a par 5. Goodness gracious, tongue-tied like crazy. Anyway, so basically I'm like, okay, so whatever. I pull out my 8, or was it my 9? I think it was I'm going to say 9 because, it was my 9 because I'm very, very good with my 9. I don't know. It's probably my favorite clubs in my set, and I'll definitely be showing you guys that. My favorite clubs in my set would probably have to be my 9-iron, my 6-iron, that thing, that's a really good, and probably my 3-wood. Although I'm not the best in my fairway driver, even though I'm not the best with my 3-wood, I can, if I hit it just right, and I never usually have problems with my 3-wood, I never usually have problems with my 3-wood. I love my 3-wood. That 3-wood, I really like it. Anyway. But basically, I pull out my 9-iron because, I had to pull out I pull out my 9-iron. I'm like, okay, we'll see. So it was a very, very, very big dip. It was a huge, huge, huge dip. So basically, we're hitting from up here and straight down. There was no, it was hitting from up here, straight down. Hitting from up here, straight down. So even if you were to just tap the ball like 10 yards, it would roll straight down, period, point blank. So I hit it I hit it farther than any of the boys that I was playing with. And that was amazing. They were like, wow. Like, they looked at me, they were like, wow, really good shot. Because it was a very, very far dip. It was a very, very decreased dip. So I was very surprised myself. So I landed right in the middle exactly where I needed to go. So basically, it was a creek. And if you hit it right in that creek, that was a stroke loss. That's just what happens in golf. You just lose a stroke or two. Depending on how the golf course is set up or what their rules are. So basically I didn't lose any strokes. I was right in the sweet spot. And I either could try to hit it over the creek, which was, I'd say, 160 yards. Usually I don't hit that far with my irons, but I can get that far. But like I said, you have to think with your brain. You can't think physically, no matter how strong, no matter how good you are. You have to play smart. So basically I said, I put out, let me see. I had to pull out my 6 because I needed height. I had to pull out my 6. So I got my 6, or was it my wedge? Either way, I had to get height. So I put out the club that had height, that I could get height with. So I'm like, dang, it's going right in the creek. Bop, hit it. Whew. Lands exactly where I needed to land. So at this point, I'm ahead of all the boys because the boys took 3 hits to get where I was at. I only took 2 hits to get where I was at. So I'm ahead of them. So everybody, the parents are like, wow, you played smart golf. You could have hit that right over the creek. And I was like, yeah, but I can't risk that basically. So that's that. So I get to exactly where I need to get. So I pull out my wedge. Wedge is something that you don't hit too hard and you don't hit too soft. Wedge is to get you right on the green to putt. So I pull that out. And I'm thinking I'm ahead. I'm like, just because I hit those 2 shots good, I already know. 3rd time, I'm out. I already know it's going to be bad. And as I said, this is a par 5. Yeah, it's a par 5. It's a par 5. Or it was a par 4. Either way, it was one of the two. Par 4. It was a par 4. It was actually a par 4. So I hit it. Boom, lands right on the green. Pretty far away from the flag, but like I said, I'm pretty good at putting, so it really didn't bother me. I could be as far away on the green from the flag and still make it really close. Like, I really like putting. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because of the invisible line or just because I'm gifted like that. Toot toot. But, yeah, so I hit it right on the green, and it's perfect where I know I can putt from that distance. So I get, and I'm there on my 3rd. So I putt. I didn't make it in, so that's my 4th. And as I said, this is par 5. And I make it in, boom, for my 2nd. Absolutely amazing. So we go to the next hole. And I just parted. So we go to the next hole. This is a par 3. Par 3s are very, very, very short. They're short in distance completely. But you have to be careful on the way on what club you tee off with. You have to be careful on what first club you hit off with. Because if you overhit, that means you're going to either lose a stroke or you're going to have to try to get back to where you're supposed to be, which is so time consuming. It is so time consuming. So we get to a par 3, and I'm never good on par 3s. I'm never good. I don't know what it is. It's like I'm good on par 3s now, but at that time I was not good on par 3s. I'm like, I don't know what that is, but I don't know what was going on. I don't know if I used a club that gets me more distance or a club that, I don't know. I was just always either one way or another. It was either good or bad. It was never in between. It was never an all right shot. It was always good or bad on par 3s. So I pull out my 3-wood. Actually, no. I didn't pull out my 3. Oh, yeah, I did. It was my fairway driver. I pulled out my fairway driver. And I teed it up. Teed it up really, really, really short. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not. And plus, there was a lake right there, too. So I'm like, yeah, might as well just go ahead and throw my ball in there. Forget hitting it. Might as well throw my ball in the lake. So I'm like, but we're going to hit it anyway. And I'm just going to embarrass myself, basically. Like I said, you never go into a game thinking a bad way because at this point I was on fire. So I swing back, boom, right on the green. That's all I'm hearing, man, and I'm so excited because it's amazing. Like, I couldn't believe it myself. Like I said, I'm not good on par 3s, but I am now. But I'm not good on par 3s. Oh my goodness, all I'm hearing is, and I'm like, yup, what y'all gotta say, yup. So look. So all the girls hit on the green because actually because at this time I'm playing with the girls. And this is like a playoffs for golf season. This is like towards the end. So basically a playoffs, just like football, basketball, etc., etc. I'm just going to say it like that, playoffs. So all the other girls hit. And they all hit on the green because these girls are good. And I go ahead and I'm pretty far away, and I putt it. Like I said, this is par 3, so this is my 2nd shot. I putt it. Didn't completely get into the hole. And I put it again, and I parred. My first par ever. And on that golf course with the girls, I ended up getting 3 pars. And I was super excited because Like I said, I was a beginner golfer, so to get 3 pars in the playoffs of golf is absolutely amazing, and never to get a par before that, wow. Anyway, so every other, I was not surprised because every other girl that was playing with me parred too. Like I said, this is competition, but I ended up, because I played 18 holes at that time. This was at the playoffs of golf. I ended up playing 18 holes instead of 9. 9 holes is a regular game of golf if you're in high school. And if you make it past and farther, you know, to the playoffs of golf, you're basically playing 18 holes, which takes, I woke up at 6, got there at 7, didn't get off until 1 or 2, 2:30 maybe at the most. Yeah, it was 1 or 2:30. That's a very long time added up. Playing 18 holes in the freezing cold, and then afternoon it gets super hot. Yeah. Anyway, so basically I played 18 holes. I ended up leaving for my very first playoffs in golf. For my very first 18 holes, I ended up shooting a 116, which was for a beginner golfer, if you're playing 18 holes, you're going to shoot at the most, and not having that much experience, at 236. And that's not good. But I mean, for a beginner golfer, it's better than being over 300. You know what I mean? So for me to shoot a 116, for one, when I got back to school and I talked to my other teammates and I talked to upperclassmen that were on the golf team, and also girls that didn't go to my school that were on the golf team, they were saying they're very experienced, very great girls that got scholarships for shooting, 206s, 275s, and all that kind of stuff. 300s, some shot 300s. I ended up beating one of the best boys there that was on my team, which was absolutely, oh my goodness, that was an honor. Shout out to you. You know who you are. He's a great golfer. He's a great person, and he's super sweet. But basically I ended up beating him. But I think I won from luck because he didn't play the best game. He wasn't on his A game at that time. But basically, I ended up beating one of our top golfers because I was playing with the boys. But we still compared scores, even though I was playing with the girls for the playoffs. Even though I had a choice to play with the boys, I decided to play with the girls. We ended up comparing scores, and I beat one of the guys, and I beat some of the guys that went to other schools, which that was amazing. I beat a lot of girls, and that was amazing. And I was the only girl to be playing in the playoffs from my school. That's why I was on the boys team to begin with. But that was absolutely amazing. The intro that you guys see, that was me at the playoffs from golf. And I did amazing. I was tooted and booted, baby. But yeah, I'm sorry I'm not filled with energy or anything. I just woke up. Like I said, I just came for practice, so I'm super drained. I am very drained. But I'll definitely be showing you guys my golf clubs, and I actually just got some new stuff on Christmas from my dad. So there's a bunch of new stuff, new gloves, it's so amazing. It looks so beautiful, but I'll definitely be sure to show you guys that. But I'm going to get to bed because I'm super tired. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Practice today. I practiced indoors. I left the camera behind because I just needed to spend time with my coaches so they could teach me stuff. But I'll definitely be sure to have, a cameraman there to show you guys what I do. Just to show you guys, because I did promise that I would show you guys, my routine when I go to practice. I also practice outside too, so in the snow. Yes, the grind does not stop. I practiced this morning in the snow, and that was amazing. It was very beautiful, but I had a full attitude. But that's another story for another day. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That was my best golf game ever. I beat a bunch of boys and I beat a bunch of girls for this being at this time, that was my 10th game that I ended up playing. I ended up beating a bunch of girls as a beginner, which was absolutely amazing for my first competitive year. And I can't wait, oh my goodness, for golf season to start, because I'm going to be a beast. I already earned my letter, which is an honor in my opinion. I'm doing so many great things. So I hope to see you guys later.